Hello, I'm Howard and welcome to Spiritual Shorts. This is part 2 of our talk looking at the question, Ask the Lord, will only a few be saved? In the previous episode, we explored the Lord's powerful words about the narrow gate and the broad road. But today we ask, what does it mean to strive to enter? So let's dive in. The word the Lord uses in this passage is strive. It isn't casual. It's a word that describes an intense struggle. In ancient times, it was used for athletes training for the fight of their lives. The Lord says, work hard, strive to enter the narrow door to God's kingdom. For many will try to enter, but will fail. But why? Why will so many try and fail? Well, because seeking and striving, they're not the same thing. Many seek salvation, but few pursue it with all their hearts. Many know the truth, but few live by it. Many want the benefits of heaven, but few are willing to walk in obedience. The Lord warns, not everyone who calls out to me, Lord, Lord, will enter the kingdom of heaven. Only those who actually do the will of my Father in heaven will enter. The broad road is so tempting because it lets us keep our old selves. It allows us to believe without being transformed, to say the right words, but never to surrender. That's why the Lord says many will stand outside, knocking, begging to enter, but it'll be too late. The door will be shut, and the Master will say, I don't know you. That's the tragedy of nominal faith. It looks real, but inside it's lifeless. Of course, there is good news. The narrow way isn't impossible. It's just a path that requires surrender. The Lord isn't asking us to be good enough. He's asking us to be fully His. Let us strip off every weight that slows us down, especially the sin that so easily trips us up. So how do we walk the narrow way? Well, 3 things. Surrender. Don't just know the truth, let it change you. Strive. It's not about earning salvation, but about training your heart to follow God. And stay the course. The broad road is always calling, but the narrow road, that leads to life. The Lord tells us that many will try, but few will enter. The question is, will you? Thank you for joining me for this episode of Spiritual Shorts. If this challenged you, leave a comment below. Maybe even share it with someone who needs to hear it. And if you haven't watched part 1, check it out now. I'll see you next week.